Hello friends, this is Kelly Janae with Ethereal Ecology, and you are watching the Reducing the Dosage series. I apologize if it's a little windy outside, it's not my fault. I'm making this video today because I decided that I wanted to go down yesterday, but it really wasn't a very informed or wise decision, and I've since gone back up. Pretty quick turnaround there. So I just looked at the calendar, and I've been on 37.5 milligrams since March 21st, and it is now April 9th, which means we are at day whatever of this coronavirus stay-at-home quarantine life that we are all getting used to now. And so there's a lot going on in the world and in my psyche and in my relationship to all of these problems. It's complex, and I've been faring pretty well, comparatively speaking, to other people. However, I do recognize that there's still some things going on inwardly, and so basically yesterday I went down from 37.5 to 25 milligrams, and I just knew intuitively, even before doing it, that was going to be like a really difficult decrease. Something about that 25 milligram mark, it's a really low amount. And and I remember going up, like, being at 25 milligrams was not a lot, and it didn't really like help. And so there's a little bit of a danger there of putting myself into a mental state that's not healthy for me. And yeah, so when I went down yesterday, I was just sort of testing it out, I guess, and yeah, it didn't feel great. Like, I just got irritable this morning. I really was not feeling like, I was on edge this morning, seriously. Like, my cat was about to drive me crazy. I was just, the littlest things, and I could just tell, like, I've developed a lot of patience, and I'm very grateful for that, because I think, like, for me, I hold on to a lot of anger. That's sort of the emotion that I hold on to, probably because I'm so passionate. I like to say that I'm just passionate, but actually I hold on to a lot of anger, and if I don't let that out in some way, I don't even know, like, still how to let that out in a healthy way without just, like, not letting it build up in the first place. But yeah, so that sort of comes out, I think, like, first and foremost, whenever I have an imbalance, is that, like, irritability, which can turn very easily into anger, which is a negative emotion, because then you don't really have so much control over your responses. It's very animalistic, and you just sort of, like, lash out. Like, sometimes I just want to, I just want to, like, throw my cat across the room, and I don't want to hurt him. I just want to, like, put force into something, And so I'm like, whoa, like, Jesus, I'm about to, like, abuse my animal, like that, I'm not a freaking animal abuser, but, I have those thoughts and those, like, tendencies. And so for anger to come up for me, that's pretty common side effect of just life, I think. But yeah, for that to show up that early on and going down in dose is like, no. I need to be able to, like, deal with when something isn't going 100% right, like when I drop my calendar on the floor, or when I'm trying to look at it. Like, there's a little part of me that just wants to be like, rage, but I'm just like, I just dropped it on the floor, I'm gonna pick it up, like, so that, I think, for me, is a good barometer of whether I am in a good place mentally, is how easily I'm triggered by small things. And maybe that's really like a bipolar disorder type stimulus. It's just the smallest little things can just be like, whoosh, okay, no, we're depressed now. And I feel like, because I'm doing these, like, mind training techniques in the Buddhist tradition, the Mahayana Buddhist tradition, which is really all about others. It's really all about, taking your focus off of yourself. Not to say that you're not doing radical self-care and self-love and self-acceptance, because in order for you to really be there for other people and feel that genuine empathy and compassion and love for others, you have to feel it for yourself. And I take care of myself pretty well, so I've been really focusing more on generosity, on equanimity, on what other people need from me rather than what I need or what I think I need, what I think they need from me, what I need for myself, because I'm taken care of, you know? And there's people in this world that don't even have clean food and water, and so I've been dedicating my prayers before I eat and drink water to that effort, to be a part of that. And, you know, I woke up this morning and I was supposed to go to volunteer at a garden cooperative, and I just, like, couldn't do it. And I don't know why. I just, like, couldn't get out of bed because there was a thunderstorm, and I was like, oh, well, it's probably... Anyway, so I just sort of started beating myself up about that. Fortunately, like, I can go on Saturday. You know, I have 3 days of the week that I could go, but it still makes me feel a little bit guilty of, you know, wow, I just slept in when, like, really they probably could have used my help this morning. And so, you know, it's sort of that regret that's motivating me right now, and hopefully not in a negative way. I'm trying not to hold on to the negativity. I'm just recognizing that I could have done better. I could be doing better all the time. And, you know, I don't necessarily want to put myself into a situation with this prescription medication where I'm not able to do my best because I'm just, like, physically and mentally unstable. It's not something that I want. I would, like, rather be on prescription medication that I need, that keeps me stable enough to actually follow through with things and be there for people and be a positive presence than, you know, go through this really grueling healing process, because I'm realizing that, like, me showing up for the world is really important. And, you know, you can do this inward healing, and I'm obviously very passionate about it, in this personal work, so to speak, but at the end of the day, like, you can't be going around being freaking ragey McRage face all the time, you know, like, you can't be walking around angry. You can't be like, oh, well, I don't feel good right now. And it's actually really interesting how thinking about others and your responsibility to help them, because we do have a responsibility, and that responsibility is not like you need to save the world, but it's like, no, you're responsible for other people's happiness. You have a stake in this, and you can help. But yesterday when I was meditating, doing a purification mantra practice that I do every night, I had a stomach ache come up, and I really do feel like it was an opportunity. And so I was like, okay, my stomach hurts pretty bad right now, and I could focus all my energy on that and be like, my stomach hurts. But I would rather, you know, I sort of spread out my energy to be like, people are in chronic pain a lot. My body is working really good, and it's not in pain like 90% of the time. You know, except for, like, minor things that I stretch, like, constantly and do the things that I need to do. So, you know, I'm not in a wheelchair. I didn't just get into a car accident. I don't have, like, arthritis, you know. I'm not elderly and hurting and stuff, and I have my full faculties. So, like, to be able to sit with that and allow my purification practice to sort of just generate this bodhicitta motivation, this just, like, outward facing, I want other people to feel good, because this is not feel good, and I know people are feeling way worse right now, you know, if not physically, then mentally, emotionally. And so, you know, it really healed, you know, me in that moment, and it just, like, lessened my pain, and there's just a huge lesson to be learned. So I went back up today, 37.5 milligrams, like, early on in the day before I usually take my medication, because it was that strong of just like I need to do this right now. And yeah, so being stable is really important for me, and I just wanted to share that little tidbit of my life so that, you know, you all could just witness that sometimes, you know, it's just all about your intuition. It's all about feeling whether something is right for you if you are going down in prescription medication. You know, sometimes going down in 12 milligrams was great. Other times, not so much. And so I'm going to try the dissolving in water and tapering that way. I got to do some research. But if I could go down by like 5 milligrams right now, I think that I would be in a better place. And so I'm going to try that out, and I will update you all on how that goes. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. Follow on Facebook, go to the site, check it out, do whatever. I really just hope you're doing well. This is going to be posted definitely after April, but hopefully not so far beyond that it's not relevant anymore. But still, no matter what time it is in the year, no matter what's going on, I hope you're doing well. Take care of yourselves, love others, and maybe try to focus a little bit of your energy on developing compassion for all sentient beings today. I don't know. All right, much love. Bye.